I'm going to have a look at the PXG Gen 8 Lightning Tor 3-wood, the standard 3-wood, and of course a mini driver, which is 13 degrees. So I've got the same specs in all three heads. We've got the 15 degree Tor 3-wood. The Tor is a little bit more rounded on the sole of the club and it looks a little bit more squatted in shape behind the ball. We've definitely got more size in the non-Tor version. And then not much more size when we go to the mini driver. So the Secret Weapon is kind of just a notch above. At 13 degrees, I've got this back onto standard loft. I normally use it on -1.5, so I'm using all of these on standard lofts. And we've got the Denali blue 70 gram 6.5 in all three shafts. Now they are treated slightly differently. In the 3-woods, the shaft goes straight into the head. In the mini drivers, you cut an inch off the tip and then put it in the head, so it will play slightly stiffer in the mini driver as standard across the board from anywhere. So this hole I've got here is a very good example of when I'd be looking to use a 3-wood. I'm going to hit them all off a tee, but basically the fairway runs out at the end of it. So if I hit driver down this fairway, I'm going to run into the trees at the back. So I want 3-wood to give me something less than that to help me for my next shot. And this is where every club in the bag is designed to give different yardages. So if you have a 3-wood that goes as far as your driver, that's not very ideal at all because you're going to be going into the same trouble and then you don't have an option one step back. So as standard, this Tor head has the heavier weight at the front and the lighter weight at the back, but you can of course make it more forgiving by putting the weight at the back, which will increase the flight as well. That felt quite nice. 255 carry. Now I don't get much out of a 3-wood. I don't know what it is, but I maybe get a driver super efficient, so I just get a 3-wood 50 yards short of what my driver carries, maybe 45 on a good day. But I'm just putting stock swings through these golf balls. That did feel very, very nice indeed, and it has given me a normal yardage for a 3-wood. Toe slap. How much does it cost? It costs 6 yards. That's not bad, because we kind of want to see how forgiving a club is as well. So I purposely misstruck one for you. Looks good behind the ball. Little pushy, around that same sort of carry. There we go, there's a cracker. Same carry as the first one, lovely. That feels quite surprisingly easy off the face, and I felt like the off-centre hits actually maintained quite a bit of rebound off them. Let's have a couple with the Secret Weapon, and again this is on standard loft, which is 13 degrees, so it is 2 degrees stronger than the 3-woods. We've also got 43.5 inches, so it's half an inch longer, so it's just that little bit bigger in the head, a little bit stronger in the loft, a little bit longer in the shaft. A few elements just slightly more healthy in potential distance compared to a 3-wood. Now for me, the PXG mini driver Secret Weapon replaces a 3-wood, and I go driver, mini driver, or driver, Secret Weapon, and then into my 5-wood after that. A little bit of overdraw because I haven't got it on the same loft settings I normally have. I've got a little bit more distance out of that, which is nice. Touch of overdraw, but for the eyes of a comparison, same shot twice, beautiful. Oh, that was a terrible swing. I jumped out of that one. Okay. A little bit thin, but we shall take it. So I don't want to hit too many because I don't want to start adjusting my swing for the flight. I just kind of wanted to hit those first 2 draws and go, right, that's what it does. I'm very familiar with this club. It's been out a little while. They're not looking to replace the Secret Weapon in the new Gen 8 series of woods. This is still a current club, and I kind of see why they haven't replaced it, because it is a Secret Weapon. Oh, let's take the plastic off of this one. That's my favourite thing to do on a golf club, is, oh, it's so shiny. So literally the same shaft as the Tor, standard loft settings. Get that bad boy on there. Bigger footprint than the Tor. Weights on the outside of the head rather than the middle. Club face is a very different design. It's a lot squarer on the bottom rather than being rounded, and it's longer in the club face as well. And it does kind of feel like a small mini driver, but the driver to me feels like a big 3-wood. So it's quite similar in shape. So let's see what we get. Do we get a different spin rate? Do we get a different height? Does it feel more forgiving? Little bit of a pull. Interesting, okay. the first thing I want to do is get that weight in the toe if I was going to entertain using one, but that is just me. Similar shape to the PXG Secret Weapon mini driver, just different flights. Okay. Nice. Not bad, not bad. Oh, I did pull that one. Okay, carry's pretty routine. Maybe feels a little bit easier to move to the left than the Tor, which is normal. I think the lie angle might be slightly different in the Tor, and the weight a little bit more centralized to kind of help that centered strike. This is a bit more spread out, so if you don't quite get it in the middle, you've got a bit more help. But we have standard Gen 8 3-wood. First one, gonna ignore the first one. The worst shot in the Tor was 28 yards right there. Mini driver or Secret Weapon. The last one was pretty rubbish. Okay, so PXG Secret Weapon, the peak height was 102 feet. Tor, PXG 3-wood Tor, 110 feet. And then the standard 3-wood is 117 feet. So we routinely get a different peak height. Angle of descent, 39 in the Secret Weapon, 42 in the Tor, 45 in the normal. So very, very different heights. Direction-wise, we've got 13.6 left with the Secret Weapon, 10 left with the Tor, so maybe just holding out just a little bit compared to the Secret Weapon, but I do use that on lower loft. 20 yards left in the standard 3-wood, so it's going higher and lefter than the other two heads. So the Secret Weapon is landing further up with a little bit more left to right spread, but very consistent landing angle, very consistent landing carry. The Tor and the standard are quite close to each other in terms of where they finish, just left with the standard. Tor a little bit further right. Ball speed, obviously we've got less loft, so more ball speed should come out from the Secret Weapon. Way more spin on the standard 3-wood, less spin on the 3-wood Tor, and then even less spin on the mini driver. So subtle differences between those two carries, but not too far apart. Launch angles all pretty similar, and it's just how those spin rates kind of compare to each other there that's affecting the carry. So in a way there, they're doing what they're designed to do. The mini driver is designed to launch lower and maintain a bit more distance. It's almost like a 2-wood really. So the Tor 3-wood is designed to go lower than the standard 3-wood, but it's not as low as the Secret Weapon. But we bring that spin down to that 3000 area, and then it goes up to that 3600 area with more weight at the back in the standard 3-wood. But that is basically exactly what I would expect from those three heads, and we've seen those results from my expectations. So that helps me in a fitting scenario when I see someone's flight with their current club. If they get the ball too low and they don't get the ball airborne easy enough and they need something to help them get it up, I know the standard one's going to help that. If someone balloons the ball up and it goes too high, I know that Tor or that Secret Weapon are going to bring that flight down. So that's why I do these sorts of tests, because I'm trying to find out exactly how much they kind of vary, so I can judge what I need to put in people's hands in a fitting scenario, or if I'm advising someone in the comments, which I seem to be doing quite a lot at the minute, I sort of know what I'm kind of trying to help people with and what to expect. But there we go. Do you have a 3-wood in the bag? Have you transitioned to a mini driver, a Secret Weapon? If you've gone for a Secret Weapon, has it replaced your 3-wood entirely, or are you running different setups at the top end of your bag? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you on the next video.